Hi, I'm Sandra Palomino, Director of Historical Manuscripts at Heritage Auction Galleries. Welcome to the preview for our October Historical Manuscripts auctions, which we'll be holding in our Beverly Hills Gallery. We've put together a wonderful auction for you this time, and let's just look at a few of the items we'll be offering. We are very proud to be able to offer Lot 34009, Benjamin Franklin's famous Disputes with America letter, written in 1767, predicting the Revolutionary War. The letter's dated February 25th, 1767, and Franklin sends these lengthy 6 pages to Lord Henry Kames regarding what he describes as the delicate and critical situation of affairs between Britain and her colonies. This letter is one of the earliest predictions of the American Revolution, a full 8 years before the first shots were fired at Lexington. The content is filled with poetical phrases and ideas which anticipate those in the Declaration of Independence, and is one of his most quoted and is used in almost every biography written about him. We have a Thomas Paine autographed letter signed regarding his plan for a descent on England. Dated November 17, 1797, Paine is writing to the president of the French Directory to let him know that he has met with Irish rebel leader James Coigley, who has advised that the northern coast of England is the ideal target for Paine's elaborate plan to invade England. Paine's plan called for 1,000 gunboats, each equipped with 24 or 36 pounders and 150 men. The small boats would use a combination of oars and small sails for power. Paine shared a draft of his plan with Monroe earlier that year, and that copy is now with the rest of James Monroe's papers at the Library of Congress. The letter is unpublished and gives clear evidence of Paine's continued efforts to disrupt the English government. Father James Coigley was an Irish-born Catholic priest and a leader of the United Irishmen. He was arrested soon after the date of this letter on his way to France. Hidden in his garments was found a letter addressed to the French Revolutionary government calling for an invasion of England. He was convicted and executed at Kent 6 months later. This letter is in near fine condition, with just the slightest of separations at the folds and less than a few milliliters of sellotape at the margins. Next, we have a scarce 1835 New York Colonization Society broadside. It's the address delivered by Alexander Proudfoot on May 27, 1835, upon their departure for the colony established at Bassa Cove in Monrovia. The speech is rich in religious doctrine, but Proudfoot addresses one of the main objectives of the society: to destroy the slave trade. Although the slave trade had been outlawed in the early 1800s by all the major powers worldwide, the practice continued off the coast of Africa. There are 2 other related lots in this auction that you may want to look at on this topic. Lot 34052, an archive of letters from Ezekiel Skinner written from Monrovia during the years 1834 to 1836. And Lot 34053, the order book for the USS Brandywine that is stationed off the coast of Africa and Brazil to patrol for slave traders. Now we have Lot 34085, a copy of the Federal Gazette and Baltimore Daily Advertiser dated December 17, 1799. This is the earliest known printed account of the death of George Washington. The report takes the form of a eulogy and an extract of a letter from Alexandria. Both notices are flamed in black border at the center of page 3. Washington had died on December 14th, and this Baltimore newspaper is dated just 3 days later. Now we have a John Quincy Adams autographed letter with a Free Frank signature. He's writing to his brother Thomas Adams on March 26, 1804. Quincy Adams is writing to share news about a bill that had passed intended to protect commerce and seamen against the Barbary powers. This is a personal letter, so Quincy Adams allows himself to be unguarded in his thoughts. He adds that he has voted against the bill because it would also act to raise taxes. This fabulous letter is accompanied by a letter from Elizabeth Combs Adams referencing this very letter. She makes a note that because the letter has Quincy Adams' Free Frank on it, it makes it more valuable. This is one of several letters from the papers of Miss Adams that you will find in this auction. The next lot I wanted to share with you was Lot 34131. Harry S. Truman press release signed as president announcing the bombing of Hiroshima. It's accompanied by a letter from his secretary, Matthew J. Connolly, referring to the press release and attesting that the release was indeed signed by Truman during his presidency. Our next item is perhaps the most beautiful in this auction. It's a royal Spanish illuminated document bestowing the noble title Conde de Tepa on Don Francisco de Leandro de Viana in 1775. The document contains 20 illuminated vellum pages and 6 laid paper pages. It includes a title page bearing the crown seal of King Charles III of Spain, a full-page portrait of King Charles, and a full-page illustration of the Virgin Mary. The pages are bound in full red leather morocco with gilt stamp embossing. Now we have a John J. Audubon autograph letter signed. He's writing to his son from his travels along the Vermilion River. The letter is dated May 17th and 18th, 1843, and this would be Audubon's last collecting trip for his work, The Viviparous Quadrupeds of North America. He writes about delays they are encountering and mentions that they have skinned upwards of 100 specimens of quadrupeds and birds. And the last item I wanted to share with you about was this wonderful Thomas Edison signed photograph. It's exceptional both for its condition as well as its content, boldly signed down here at the bottom with some collector's notes on the back. I look forward to seeing you out in our Beverly Hills location, where we'll be holding our auction on October 14th at 10 a.m. Pacific time.